Okay, so let's look over a couple different things, Dad, real quick. So what would you be doing besides basically give everybody a how do I get my grass spring ready right now?
It's always, if you're in the southern grasses, it's probably time to start putting your herbicides out, and you need to get a soil test to find out what you're gonna put out. And let me say this about cost this year of fertilizers for your lawn. Phosphates have tripled in cost in the last few months. Fuel's going up now for the last 7 weeks, every week. Fuel fertilizer is extremely tied, and your lawn is going to be tied to fuel, and your costs are going up fast. And what you want to do is you want to put out what's right. And I always say less is best, and that is if you farmers now are just getting more precise on exactly what they put out, because you don't want to waste any of your resources and money on something that's not needed. And the lawn care industry is just now really catching on. And I think in the next 10 years, you'll see that this is adopted nationwide. Almost every lawn homeowner that wants to take care of their lawn before they go out and spend a lot of money on fertilizer. I mean, and if I was a landscaper right now, I'd probably go out and buy my fertilizer right now, Wallace, because when that replacement fertilizer comes in stores, it's going to be a lot more expensive. So you don't want to waste resources. And that's where you get your runoff and your environmental issues continue on a large scale in a big metropolis of people and houses. You know, a little here, a little there, it adds up to be a lot when there's a lot of water and rain. It runs off into your creeks and streams. And this is an environment that we all have to live in. We're all wanting to be good stewards of it. And really, what's really needed? Don't put out things that are not needed. You want a healthy lawn. You don't want the darkest green growing like crazy because of thatch and your blights. Everything can go wrong. A healthy lawn is a strong health. It's more tolerant to drought. It's more tolerant to insects. It's more tolerant to diseases. I mean, it's in a healthier state when you put out what's needed and not just randomly.
So I think you're right on that topic, Dad. So when I was at a trade show in Chicago, a lady came by the front of the booth and she said, well, I've just quit doing fertilizer altogether because it's bad. And I said, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to need to ask you not to eat anymore either. Fertilizer is not bad. It's the misuse and abuse of it versus knowing how to use fertilizer correctly. Plants need food, they need sunlight, they need water. And that's why it's even important that when you're talking about turf grass and you cut off that top third of the blade, if you're not dealing with massive thatch issues, let that blade go back down, let it decompose, let those nutrients go back in and nourish it and feed the grass back over again and recompost back. And, you know, I kind of went into the importance that the plant needs food in different forms. So, and going back to that, being able to put down the right form of fertilizer, because of the 13 states that go down the Mississippi River, we've now had the largest dead zone in the Gulf of Mexico we've ever had in history. So just being an environmental steward to say, okay, let me do a soil sample. What does the soil need nutrient-wise for the plants I'm starting to grow? And then be able to provide that rather than just going in blindly and saying, I'm just going to buy 13, 13, 13 because that's what I've always done. That's what I'm going to do. That's not the answer anymore. We need to not only be worried about what are the current soil conditions, what does the plant need, and then let's do it at the right amount that we're not running off into the waterways.